Here we have a new 2023 Honda Accord Hybrid. This one comes in the sport trim level in radiant red metallic. And then we get black cloth interior. And the powertrain consists of a 2-liter naturally aspirated 4-cylinder hybrid engine, mated to a continuously variable transmission. As we come around to the front end here, we get standard LED daytime running lights along with LED headlamps, and they don't flash like that. That's just how the camera's picking it up. But great styling since they've redone this, the Civic, the Pilot. I love that gloss black on the grille there as well. And coming down the wheels here, one of my favorite parts, these are gonna be 19s. And that design came over from the 22 Accord Sports. Just a great look. Now we get passive keyless entry on the front. And then we get our power mirror controls here, pick a side, and then you can adjust power door lock controls, rear window lock, and then we get power windows and one-touch automatic up and down for the front. Decent sized storage in the door panel here, and then a bottle holder there. Let's pop that trunk for later, as well as pop the hood. And here's our power driver's seat with power lumbar support. But I have that seat up front adjusted for my driving position, being 6'3", longer legs. So let's take a look at this rear leg room. So pretty impressed. I have about 1 inch or 2 of headroom, but knees are just barely, the hairs on my kneecaps are touching the back of the seat, but my knees themselves are not. So that's really impressive. And then we have a seat back pocket on the front passenger seat. Middle seat folds down, cup holders here. And then we do get premium dome lights in the back. Here's a grab bar. And then we have a hanger hook for about 2-3 hangers can fit on there. Skinny ones, maybe one big one. But let's make our way to the back. Fuel filler there, capless. And then plenty of trunk space even in this hybrid, because that hybrid battery is going to be down below. But we do have hooks on both sides here, just like in the regular Accord. And then this one has a all-weather floor mat, and then underneath here we have an inflator system. So no spare. But there's the back end there, LED taillights as well. Just a stunning design. And it's the little things. That spoiler looks fantastic. And then down here, have that exhaust tip over there. And then all that battery and stuff's gonna be down there. But one more thing I forgot. We can pull that, open the trunk, and then we'll pull this, and I'll show you how that rear seat folds down. So that'll fold flat when the seats are up far enough, and then you can run longer objects from the back to the front, and then pretty easy to just snap it back into place. And then we get a 4-way manual front passenger seat, and a lockable glove compartment here, owner's manuals. And then up here, we have our window sticker, and I want to give a huge shout out to Darrell Waltrip Honda for allowing me to review this car today. But stickers right at $32,895, and then Darrell Waltrip actually has a few cool options here, including low jack, and then my favorite is the tinted windows. Looks really good on this car. But as we come around to the front end here, like I said, styling is 10 out of 10 in my opinion. But there's that 2-liter hybrid engine. It's in generator mode now. But let's go ahead and hop in the driver's seat. And it's actually doing a great job because I do have the AC on right now. But leather wrap steering wheel feels super nice. We get this 12.3-inch radio. So that's the home page there. We get AM, FM, XM along with Bluetooth audio. And then we also get wireless Apple CarPlay, Android Auto compatibility along with Alexa. And then over here we have the power flow, which I love watching that, showing you where all the energy is coming from, where it's going. And then settings here. You can calibrate the tires, or tire pressure sensors, excuse me, lighting setup. And I just love the animation on here. Super neat. And then we can change the view there if you want on the side instead of on both sides. So that's one cool feature. And we do get a Wi-Fi hotspot. And over here, we have a few options to look at. So I like to keep it either there on the smartphone or here on the power flow. And I love that you can see the power flow here. And then here we have the backup camera. Guidelines follow you as you turn the steering wheel. Then we can adjust to either that wide angle, normal angle, and then we have that, make sure you don't hit anything in the back angle. And then we can adjust the brightness for the camera as well. And then this serves as a volume knob, and of course you can tap it one time to mute it. And that's pretty much it on here. One more quick look. Hazards are down here. Love how the vents, and I've said this before on the new Accords, how they're integrated into the trim there. And then we get dual zone automatic climate controls, so we can sync and unsync with the touch of a button. I don't have to adjust the temperature to unsync it, which I like. And then auto mode, you do have to adjust the fan speed to turn that off, but you can just hit the button and then toggle it off. And then you can actually just hit that there to turn the whole system off. Hit this button here to decide where the airflow is going. Defrosters and all that here, and then AC toggle here. There's a USB-C port, which you can use for your Apple CarPlay, Android Auto if you want to wire it. Then you have a USB-C port that's just for charging here. Nice storage pocket here. You could hold 2 phones there pretty easily, I think. And then for the shifter, even though it's a CVT, you hit this lever, reverse, neutral, drive, and then your drive modes are actually down here. So you have Econ, Normal, Sport, and Individual. And then you can hit this button here and you'll go into the EV mode. When it's applicable, it'll just run off the battery. And then electronic parking brake, pull up to engage, hit the brake, press down to disengage. Automatic brake hold here. Center console cubby space with a 12 volt down in there. And sunglasses holders here. And then we have a one-touch tilt and sliding sunroof, which I really like. A lot of the newer sunroofs, you can't tilt one touch, but this one you can. And then when you slide it, it goes all the way back. So just impressive. And then you have the manual sunshade here. Quick look at the back seat from up here. And then we do get the premium dome lights, which I like. Now going back to the steering wheel here, we do get paddle shifters behind, which is kind of to shift the CVT if you want to do that. But on the test drive, I took the test drive first this time. It didn't make any sense to me, but volume controller here, track list or radio station presets, control those here, and then you have a voice recognition button, and then the scroll bars for the left dial on the digital gauge cluster, so you can go through your audio and your Alexa, and you can customize the display. So pretty much all the fun stuff's on the left side. And then on the right side, you have a scroll bar, and that's for all of your like speed, time, power flow, gauge, basically all your typical gauge cluster settings. I like to keep mine right there. And then we have our adaptive cruise controls here. You can toggle it on and off there, cancel there. This is the gap adjust for the adaptive cruise, and then your lane centering is here. Toggle that, and then you can turn it on and off there. Blinkers here, headlamp controls, and then windshield wiper controls here. Intermittent low high, set your intermittent here, and of course pull this stuff for front wiper fluid. And I love the push button start there, and how they have hybrid, just a sticker there. And then we have remote start, and here's our key fob.